Next up at UFC Baku, we have the co-main event of the evening. We have Rafael. It's not even Haf. I always do it. It's Rafael because he's not Brazilian. Rafael Fiziev. He is 12-4 in his career. An unfortunate 2-3 in his last 5. He is on a 3-fight skid, but 2 of those losses are to the same person. He's taken on Ignacio Bahamondes, 17-5 in his career, 4-1 in his last 5. He's on a 3-fight win streak. If we talk about the A side here, Rafael Fiziev or Fiziev, he is the co-main event. A lot of people argue he should be the main event because he is actually from Azerbaijan. Not just like, oh, I have heritage there, like Nazim. He's actually from Azerbaijan. He's the most successful fighter to ever come out of there. And if you don't know his background, he was the Tagir Muay Thai striking coach. Tagir Muay Thai is like a world-acclaimed Muay Thai gym, and Rafael was the coach there. And you see that in the fights. When he is flowing, he's incredibly technical, incredibly fast, incredibly powerful. He's got phenomenal timing on his kicks, his punches. He is willing to engage. The problem is he's too willing to engage sometimes. He will get into a firefight, and he will go blow for blow. And somebody like Justin Gaethje will just drag that out of him. So much so that in his last fight, he turned into a wrestler. He was shooting takedowns in that back-and-forth war with Justin. He's coming off that fight. He was knocked down twice, and he turned into a wrestler. And he doesn't have an easy task in front of him here because he's taking on an absolute giant, 6'3", Ignacio Bahamondes. He uses that length and reach really, really well. He'll keep you at range with the striking. When he does enter the pocket, he'll clinch you up. He'll tie you up. He is a striker. He's got great volume. The power is good as well. Most likely because of A, leverage, and B, how far away he's striking from, and he's able to connect in a meaningful fashion while not being inside the danger zone. He's got solid takedown defense at 85%. His takedown offense, however, sits at a horrendous 0%. And that's not a fake 0. That's not a never attempted a takedown 0. He has tried and just can't get it done. He's coming off that triangle win over Jalen Turner. I mentioned in my quick video, I'm a little bit split here. Half of me is saying, well, Fiziev is going to be the more technical striker. And this should be a mostly striking matchup, especially because Ignacio can't get a takedown to save his life. The other half is saying, well, Ignacio is very good. Ignacio is long. Ignacio is dangerous. Ignacio can manage range better. And Rafael is definitely on a little bit of a downslide here. Yes, he's lost to the upper echelon of the division, but all of a sudden, Fiziev is like, getting knocked down in fights, shooting takedowns, and he's not what he used to be. I'm going to pick Ignacio. I have a bet on Ignacio. I got him at, I think, minus 105, I believe. At one point in time, you can see he was a tremendous underdog at plus 175. Logic says Fiziev should win because even if you look at those 3 recent losses, 2 of them are to Justin Gaethje, one of the best on the planet, and the other one was a freak injury, just a freak injury loss. So not really the losing skid that the red dots on Tapology would have you think, but I'm still going to lead Ignacio here. I just love the reach. I love the length. I love the fact that he can find finishes anywhere. I'm going to go with Ignacio. What do you got going on here, Luke?
Yeah, I actually am really excited for this fight. I think it's probably going to be up there in top 3 fights of the card. Just as like an early prediction, I think it'll probably be one of those most likely to get fight of the nights or one of those kind of deals. But I don't want to put too much stock into it being like a hometown fight for Rafael, but since he is such a big name from that country, I think that could kind of play into it a little bit just with the energy and such. And I really like what stood out to me was his durability when he got hit with that uppercut by Gaethje and somehow was able to kind of quickly recover and not go completely lights out. I think that definitely is the type of durability he's going to need against someone like Bahamondes. And I know you referenced Bahamondes is 0% takedown, but also Rafael has that 90% takedown defense. So if the fight is to go to the ground and there's going to be grappling involved, I wonder if almost we'll see Rafael have that kind of wrestling advantage. But yeah, I was surprised to see the odds. I think the odds technically flipped.
Oh, I know they full-blown flip, minus 205 to plus 175.
And on I know on Tapology, this is the closest fight in terms of like the percentages. So I think everyone's pretty split on this fight. I would actually say this is probably the fight to just stay away from and just enjoy, kick back and watch. But if I do have to give a pick, I would definitely have to say Fiziev. I just think He's just super durable, and he's fought the much higher level of competition too. I don't want to take away from Bahamondes because he's really good, but Turner was mentally checked out. Like, we all know this. He went into that fight, and that kind of stinks because it takes away from the win for Bahamondes. And I you could correct me if I'm wrong, but that was like Bahamondes' biggest name at the time. So it's kind of tough to say. This is like a pretty huge jump up in competition.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like I said, I said in the quick pick video, and my brain and my gut were split here. My brain is on the Fiziev side. Just, he should be the better striker. His losses are good losses. Even his last loss, that was coming back after a leg injury and a year away, and it was kind of short notice. They just sort of slapped that together. And Ignacio has some quality wins, but the biggest one was Jalen Turner, who retired on the spot. And before that, his loss was to Ludovic Klein, who's not as good of a striker as Fiziev, and out-wrestled Bahamondes. So it's like, it is a weird spot, but I just was like, you know what? All this work I put into my gut, let's lean on that. So I went that direction. If I'm looking at DraftKings Fantasy, that's another pick your side. Pick your side. $8,000 for Rafael, $8,200 for Ignacio. There's a lot of finish upside on both. I think Ignacio has the higher finish upside. Like, if he wins, it is more likely by finish. Not that Fiziev is very finishable, but Ignacio's got the wild range. He was dropped twice in his last fight, and we got the submission upside, where Fiziev hits hard. He's fast, he's accurate, but that power does fade a little bit, and so does his cardio. So pick your side for DraftKings Fantasy. I'm going to go with Ignacio Bahamondes. Luke is going to go with Rafael Fiziev. And if you need a tiebreaker or a split, go to the website, WeWantPicks.com. You can get Jacob's Picks, Bet Sam's, Artem's, and the artificial intelligence. On top of that, you're going to get every pick we offer, every bet that we offer. You're going to get the tools, access to all of it. WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member at the top. We got a couple of comments here. One of these is for you. Where is it? Here we go. This is based off what you said about women. If you bet your rent money on women's MMA, it'll never be boring. MMA Jesus. You have been now donned MMA Jesus by the comment section. Ree says Angela's left titty is bigger than the other one. It's not the whole tit. It's just the nipple. That's where the ring was before my mother ripped it out. Also, Ree, Angela, can you tickle my pickle for a nickel? Tell you what, send a $200 super chat and then a DM. Jake the loser, but remember, guys, we just saw Usman win. We thought he was done too. I think Fiziev may have it. This is a very valid point. That is absolutely a valid point, because all of a sudden, Usman, yes, he had the wrestle the whole time and was afraid of striking, but he did have working knees after 2 years of not having working knees. Luke, any last words for the people?
I think that's it for me. Thanks for having me on, Angela. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you hopping on. Thanks for being here.